With the yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster.
You cat burglar! Give me back my fish!
We are going to dedicate this entire episode to finding that cat burglar and placing him under arrest. Future random encounters in this area I might actually leave in. I stole it. Police! Get him! Give me back the fish! I'm gonna take the fish! And here is your fish, old sir. There you go. You can continue business as normal. There's a shop here. Oh, no, they're not open yet. But there's a shop here. It's called Sports Shop. That's right, Sports Shop. A huge one open nearby, though. You could say they've stolen possession of the ball. Yeah, we'll be visiting this other sports shop in due course. But for now, let's just enjoy visiting the little indie one. Not the big branded one. There's only one sports shop in Inazuma 11, and by that I mean the one that's actually called Sports Shop. I want to support them instead of, the big branded one, because this could well go out of business. So let's just buy an Abyss kit and an Intense kit. In fact, let's buy them all and have a look what they all look like. See if there's any that I particularly like. In fact, it's probably a good thing to buy kit whenever you see it. Ness, why did you turn green? And that's the Intense kit. The Abyss kit's pretty nice. Oh, that's good. Like they've been in a volcano. Well, it's only used in multiplayer and competition route matches. Main story modes, you still wear the Rhyming kit. So you know what, I might as well slap the Fortified kit on for multiplayer. But yeah, what can I show off? System. That's not it. That's the help menu. Info. Connect info, is that it? No. I'll find it. I'll find it somewhere. Unless it's just not in the first one. Well, that would make sense actually. Okay, so yeah, I thought there was a menu, and there certainly is in future Inazuma 11 games, which not only tracks like who's been getting the most goals and who you've been using the most. Mark doesn't want to go in the fruit and veg store. Why would you want to promote healthy eating in a sports game? But yeah, and it also keeps track of how many team strips you've acquired. So if you want to get a technical 100% on that stat, you'll want to buy them all, which I've never done. It's tough for the little angel to pick something he likes. Oh, the British accents are like, yeah, of course he'll go to the chemist, but not the fruit and veg store. And it's just a place for old timers to hang out. Well, fair enough. They need somewhere to go. How can I help you gents today? Well, I'm not ill, so we don't have much we can do in here, really. Oh, so let's see what kind of people we're going to be put up against in this area. Whoa, you look radical, man. Shella, and who else? Potter. Whoa, look at Mullet. He looks like he's dead and he's been brought back from the ground. Let's show off the Inazuma drop again, seeing as it's a new thing. It's not often that we'll have Axel and Jack in the party at the same time, so Inazuma drop won't see much use elsewhere. The judo wimps are down. Let's go back to continuing our shopping trip while we flatten Axel like he's our best player and you just crushed him to death, Axel. Doesn't matter, he leveled up from it anyway. So, can we go down here, miss? This is no place for kids. You're still a little too young to be here, aren't you? Eh? Well, whatever. This is where we're meant to be. There's 2 screens to the shopping area. Actually, really, there's 3. They're building something there. Let's see who else we've got. Oh, it's just the same guys again. You don't need to see it twice. Yeah, they're building something here, and there's definitely another screen. Oh, treasure chest. Oh, and a heal point. Excuse me. That was being unnecessarily difficult to open. Let's spend even more money in the shopping area, this time by healing. Can we go through it? Oh, right. Of all the roadblocks, like, it's just somebody saying, hey, you should go do your homework, which we probably don't even have. Right, so yeah, there's more to the shopping area, including the part with the big cool kit shop for buying. So the sports shop can stay in business a bit longer because there's someone blocking the way to Cool Kit, telling all the kids to do their homework. So that means this is the only part of the shopping area we can explore right now. So let's get to the Raijin Model Shop. To use its full name, I think that's what it says above the store. We'd get to it faster if matches were quicker at ending. Okay, run. I'm sure the random encounter rate is lower if you walk instead of running, but I want to get places, man, and I want to exercise, train. Yeah, Raijin models. So let's go in, and it's just called Model Shop on the top screen. Task, go to the model shop. We did. But look at this, proper diorama of a train set. I never really played with train sets much when I was a kid, but I can admit that looks proper cool. And hey, it's a fellow classmate. And this girl has come here for the gold Mario amiibo, but she got the last one.
Yeah, I've been looking for my things for such a long time. You don't have them, do you?
No, but your hair is amazing, sir. The limited edition colour model is out of stock. Yeah, he really did come here for the gold Mario. Have we spoken to you? You've already got that one, haven't you? Given it a rest. Okay, so let's actually talk to this guy who has studied robotics at university, and I'd love to be his friend and we can go on Robot Wars together. In fact, they are bringing back BattleBots to US TVs. So, shopkeeper feel like going to America?
You guys are my dad's students? Huh? You're from the football team, eh? I didn't know my dad was into football.
No, he's just our science teacher. We asked him to look at this, but he couldn't tell what it was.
What's this? Well, this must be the strange device he mentioned over the phone. Just like my dad. If he'd just said he didn't know from the start, we wouldn't have had a row. Well then, let's take a look at it. Start from the beginning. How do you use this thing?
Oh, it goes on your head.
On my head? Like this?
No, don't put it... Alright, you're just going to allow this, Mark?
Wait, if he puts it on his head like that...
Too late! How could you let that happen? Just jumped the fence and punched a kid! Rammed into his stock and knocked himself out. Like, they're just totally glazed over the fact he's just punched a kid. Like, we need to check up on him, see if he's alright.
I bet the brainwashing team are gonna be kitted out with all these things. You say you're gonna play against the whole team wearing these? That's a pretty grim thought.
It took an Inazuma drop before that kid came to his senses. You just had to smash up your own shop instead.
What's an Inazuma drop?
It's a special shooting move that's got all the power and speed of a lightning bolt. And that's relevant because Inazuma, or Inazuma if you're Japanese, is Japanese for lightning. So this game is kinda called the Lightning 11.
I see. Well, it's a sophisticated device, so it could be susceptible to sudden impacts. But you'll be up against 11 players, right? Can you give them all a strong enough impact to knock out their devices?
Nelly said the same thing already. I think we need an earthquake. Jack, can you just make some kind of earth-shaking ground move? The Inazuma drop is the strongest thing we have.
If we don't work something out, we could be in big trouble when we face brainwashing.
Of course! Yeah! Let's go back to school for some intensive training. Thanks a lot, mister.
Glad to have been of help. I hope to see you back here at Raijin Models soon. We will never get the gold amiibo again.
Oof, sorry. Oh, those clothes. Do you work for Nellie's family?
Master Evans,
Yeah, I'm Mark Evans.
I have a message from Miss Nellie for you. Mark, get yourself over to my grandfather's statue by the pitch right now. Are you listening? I won't tolerate being made to wait. And that's all she had to say.
The statue next to the pitch? What's she going on about?
That's exactly what she said. I'm not paid enough to know more.
Come to think of it, there is a statue just to the right of the pitch. Oh well, let's just go there before we start training. And we've got to go to the statue, which I'm going to go to right now.
I suppose you would mean this statue, Nelly. What is the long form of Nelly? It's got to be a short form for something. Nellando. Nellany. What were you thinking, keeping me waiting all this time?
What? I came straight here. Anyway, you can't just expect me to Inazuma drop everything. We've got training to do.
Training? Don't worry. If it's training you want, then take a look at this. Once I've actually gotten over to it, I'm the one that's late now. But I'm so cool, and I'm going to take as much time as I need, and I have made a statue move from the ground.
What's that?
40 years ago, Ryman had a truly legendary football team. You lot couldn't hold a candle to them. That team had unbelievable abilities. This is their legendary training facility.
Legendary team? Do you mean the Inazuma 11 from the name of the game?
You know about them? I'm surprised. I thought you were clueless. This secret training facility helped give them their superhuman powers. This is Flash Training Facility.
Flash! Ah! Go do some football training!
I've been doing some research on the Inazuma 11 myself. I stumbled over the location of this place while looking through some old school files. I asked my father to restore it, so you should be able to get the training you need.
That's amazing! This is the Inazuma 11's training facility! It was in plain sight the whole time!
Except it was underneath the statue. See, Nelly should be on the team. She's got a right kick on her. You want to train, don't you? Now you can train until you've really had enough. I mean, like, girls can't be on the team because the Football Frontier is a boys-only tournament, but nice kick anyway. So that was Mark. Nelly, let me see what they're capable of. Okay. We even get a picture of Mark. Is that Bobby's arse? Well, whatever, they're falling a long way down to say that there was a staircase. Oh, but the ominous music. Flash reception. There's staff down here. Have they eaten? Have they been here for 40 years? You're already thinking of doing training down here? I'm concerned that Her Majesty's idea of training might not be so straightforward. Perhaps we should be more careful.
I know, but from now on we'll find ourselves up against opponents we have little chance of defeating. But take brainwashing and their freakish powers. Let's not forget Royal Academy. If there's anything down here that can help us, anything at all, I'm willing to try it. If we get through this, we might be able to find new ways to play against our opponents.
Well, I guess you're right. But we haven't got time to sit and worry. Let's see what lies ahead.
And try out the Flash training facility. They made it obvious enough. Yep, this is the Flash training facility. Something you're expected to visit a fair amount of times. And I really don't, to be honest. This is kind of boring, but I'll show it off just this once as it's required. In fact, I will be showing it twice because, well, let's just say there's an incredible Easter egg in here. but I'm not going to spoil it. So we can pick a different number of courses depending on what we want to upgrade. We can raise our attack to raise kick and body. The kick stat raises your shot strength, obviously, and also how far you can pass the ball. Body allows you to keep hold of the ball if, you know, someone's trying to tackle it off you. It lets you charge through and such. And guard, that will increase your tackling ability, you know, your ability to steal the ball, and it's got a little bit to do with goalkeeping as well. Speed is obviously how fast you move. Body, we've already been over in the attack course, so 2 courses can actually raise the body stat. While control, I have actually gone over that more than any other stat besides stamina in this LP. You know how at lower levels, sometimes when you pass the ball, you'll just lose it, or lose it after tackling. So it decreases the chances of that happening, and also increases the accuracy of your shots. Guts is a weird one, which is kind of pointless, because it's just a mix of everything, really. It slightly increases your shooting strength, your goalkeeping ability, and maybe it has something to do with just winning duels in general. When there's multiple people coming at you, I can't really explain that without footage of it, to be honest. And then FP and TP, one of them is just stamina as a meter, and the other is basically PP, so like how many times you can use Fire Tornado and all that. Which one I'm gonna go with is Funny Bicep, but no, that's the most pointless one. I think I'll just go with Speed. Would be nice to be able to run faster with everybody. And now let's actually show off what the training facility does. We wish you all the best. And we're here in a room with nothing but a man and a pitch, and we must play football against him. Fighter, shape up! Now the fighters, they are pretty much just people from the regular world, but they're now called fighters, and they're in the fighter kit instead of being players. But yeah, Flash Training Facility, I don't really like it, and I shall explain more as it goes on. It's kind of like the big tree from Pokemon White version 2, actually, and the Black version 2 equivalent. Even though this game first, I always have to make a Pokemon analogy. Right, we've passed, so we've opened the locked doors. We can go up or we can go left. I'm gonna go left, and some of these rooms are just a dead end, like this one. This has just led to another fight, which I didn't even need to do. So now I've got to expend like all my energy and TP and all that on a fight with these fighters, when all it's going to do is let me go back to where I was before. In fact, Mark has to catch the ball right now. If you lose once during the Flash Training Facility, it's straight back out again. You've just straight up lost. I'll be using some Fire Tornadoes and all that later on, but for now I'm trying to conserve TP, you know, because sometimes a Flash Training Facility run can go on for far too long. So that was inconsequential, really. I just went the wrong way and I was kind of punished for it, because you don't even get experience for these fights. Not worthwhile experience, and I need to get out of the habit of calling them fights. This isn't Smash. Some of them will let you off lightly and just have a treasure chest in them, but with the exclusion of that one, the treasure chests generally don't have anything good in them. It's just usually something like a cookie bar or a fresh water, which you will be needing. Hey, it's this guy's Sax. He was referenced in the building where the nurse and the science teacher are. They were like, that Sax kid's always slacking off. Well, this is him as a fighter. What a coincidence. I'll have to try and fight against the real Sax next. There we go, we've got a goal easily enough. But yeah, you're not healed in between matches, so you have to use your items to heal, or just try to save as much TP as you can mineral water, it's called, not fresh water. That's another Pokemon item. Let's go up. Okay, we reached the end really quickly, actually. It normally takes longer than that, but I think it is naturally a bit smaller on your first story required time. But still, it's not over when you do get to the end, because did you recognize that guy? Yeah, he was masked from a cult. We are having, for the third time in this LP, a match against occult players, but it's actually a combination of occult and wild. It's very strange. None of it's supposed to make sense in here. They do address that everybody who takes part in the Flash training facility is a volunteer who's there to help you out, but some secret training facility when it's got everybody in the school in it trying to help you out. Now this might be shorter than your average match, I'm not sure. I think in later Inazuma 11 games you only play for 30 minutes as opposed to the usual 60, but I think in this game you do have to play a full-on match. So let's go flashback to how the occult match actually was. Let's use the Dragon Tornado. I don't feel the need to show this whole match because it is just a filler match against occult and wild together in something that's not very fun, really. But yeah, I'll never be showing the Flash training facility on screen again, except for one specific thing I've got to show off. There is a brilliant Easter egg in here, which I've never even experienced in my own game because I never wanted to come here really, but I'll do it for you guys. Come on, let's use Sam's new move, the fake ball. Yes! Replace it with a watermelon, that works. Yeah. But yeah, the Flash training facility, it's usually a lot bigger than this. Like, there are so many different, like, bad routes you could take, which just lead to dead ends, or treasure chests with very little in them. You'll find yourself running out of TP and having to heal, and just getting bored, because you'll be in here for ages. And even when you do make it to the end, you've still got to do this big, long match. It's not hard to win this match. You know, they're not particularly challenging, but it would have at least been nice if you could gain experience from every match you did, so that if you're just playing against somebody in a dead end, you don't feel like it's a total waste of your time. But that's pretty much all there is to show up in the Flash training facility. I'm going to finish this match and then show what happens at the end of it. Yes, the goalkeeper didn't have a chance! Say, why don't I show off the replay feature? Here's a replay of my very generic goal. I just took a shot and then it went in because the goalkeeper was too far away. But yep, that's a replay. I'm at 3-0 in the first half. We'll see what score we are at the end of it. Tell you what, I can show something new to make the most of this. How to make a substitution when the gameplay is paused like this, you know, after a foul or at the start of a throw-in. You can click menu and you can actually switch the players around. So let's bring in our new guy, Ashley Dale. I like the look of this guy, so let's see how he handles against a weak team we've pretty much already beaten. But at the start, let's fire up and kick back in. So the lovely music. I really do love this music. Right, Axel's got the ball. We're gonna pass it to Dale. We're gonna see what he can do. No, don't. That's what happens when you tap the player who has the ball, I guess. It makes them try and go a little faster. It doesn't really help much. Come on! Rolling kick! Yeah, that's not much of a roll. That's more of a somersault, but go on then, Dale. I'll give you a better move later on. Killer Blade! Come on! Yes! I mean, that's some feat. He is stood pretty far away from the goal, and rolling kick is not that strong of a move. So I'm pretty impressed that he actually scored with that. So nice one, Dale. This time I really will meet you at the end of the match. funny that I should be using a player called Dale. I have a friend called Dale who's called Dazabound on YouTube, and he's also LPing a level 5 game. Except it isn't Inazuma 11. It's Fantasy Life. But there you go. Massive plug just for you. 5-0. You're quite a good goal scorer. Dale actually got a hat-trick in the end. It's a win for Ryman. Yep, looks like you won. I don't know if that's dialogue specific to Mask or if it's just kind of fighter dialogue that all the fighters have. You should be even stronger now, because at the end of it, our speed will go up by 1 on every player we have, which is quite nice, I shall concede. But that's pretty much it for the Flash Training Facility. You can do it as many times as you want. You'll never get to talk to that guy though, that guy over there. And you can raise his stats, but generally you're strong enough to beat the game no matter what. I don't really see much point in putting much time into it when it's so boring, to put it bluntly.
Well, try not to hate me. I only did it because you're all so pathetically weak.
Thanks, Nelly!
You're so pathetically weak.
Thanks! We really played a lot of football down there. When I say it's boring, it's not boring because it's still the gameplay of this game, which I do love. But it's just straight up football, then football, then football, all in pointless little matches with very little outcome. But
I'm Sonny Ryman, the governor of this school. Whoops! That was pretty rude of you, Captain! Hi-ya! I don't mind. Actually, Nelly brought me here so I could meet you. Looking at you takes me back 40 years to the legendary Inazuma 11.
You know about the Inazuma 11 too?
Of course. Back then I was head of the cheering squad for Ryman's football club. The school and I supported the Inazuma 11 religiously. But 40 years ago, on the day of the national final, they didn't show up. It took a long time before I came to terms with not knowing what happened. I even took my frustration and sorrow out on the football club itself. But seeing you boys has changed me. I'm going to give you all the support I can from now on.
Governor!
On that note, there's something I want to show you.
Show us!
After the Inazuma 11 vanished, I went to the club room on my own and found this. I've been mulling over what to do with it until now, but I think you ought to have it. Here you are, Mark.
And we got the manual for Inazuma 1. That's the game we're playing.
Isn't this what we've just been looking for? This move has got to be even more powerful than the Inazuma drop. Mark, have you seen handwriting like this anywhere else?
This handwriting? I thought I recognised it when I read the Inazuma drop manual. It's like my granddad's writing.
Well, that's only natural. The person who wrote this was your grandfather, David Evans.
What?
David was the Inazuma 11's coach. David was responsible for many of the Inazuma 11's special moves. He left these manuals so that future players might learn the same techniques. The club disbanded after the Inazuma 11 vanished and the manuals were scattered. But from now on, you won't have to worry about your opponents, no matter how big they are. Find the pages scattered around Inazuma Town, train hard, and no one will be able to stop you.
So my granddad was the one who wrote all of these. Inazuma 1. This might be just what we need to put a stop to brainwashing. Thanks, Governor. We won't lose to brainwashing with this. Alright, guys. Let's keep practicing until we make this special move our own. Come on.
Good luck.
Okay, is that all of it? Thanks, Nelly. She's so surprised to be thanked. This character's rubbing off on everybody.
Including you, it looks like.
What?
It must have taken a lot of trouble to get this set up for the football club. I'm just making sure the football club doesn't expose this school to ridicule. This school, the football club. That's not what you really care about, is it?
What do you mean?
Don't play dumb. I only took up football again because Mark really made an impression on me. I just thought he might have made a bit of an impression on you, too.
Ooh. Well, anyway, that's the end of it now. We have free movement again, right? Meanwhile, elsewhere... Whoa! We're going to Royal, guys!
What's been up with Jude lately? He always seems to be thinking about something else. Now that you mention it, did you hear about that rumor?
I heard it too. The captain's got girl trouble.
I heard him saying some girl's name the other day, too. That Jude is one smooth operator. No way! Jude! It's always the quiet ones. Hey, you!
What are you doing here? Quit wasting time before the next match.
The loud bossy guy's back again. Okay, I got it. Could you say it a little quieter next time?
It's always practice, practice, practice. Aw. So they don't enjoy it, eh? You'd think they would. Being so good at it. Jude, you haven't done much. Jude, what's up?
I'm fading to black, that's what's up. I'm going to die.
Tomorrow's the brainwashing match. True, we don't exactly know what they're capable of. But now that we have the flash training facility in the Inazuma 1, we can get stronger and stronger.
It took a lot to get everything set up, you know. You're not permitted to stop training until you are certain that you will win.
Of course, that's what we'd planned. Today we'll train till we can't train anymore. And then we'll go to the train and get on the train to brainwashing. Yeah, Inazuma 1 is a co-op move. She's telling us how to set different partners, which I have done in the past. Thanks, Sylvia. See you later. So, in the next match, we'll be taking on brainwashing and learning the Inazuma 1. See you then.